Salut pour tous et soyez les bienvenus dans le programme Planète Équitable avec Ede Zanetti. This is the last transmission we do covering the Republic Week in Brazil. And we are going to discuss right now one of the most incredibly inadequate mechanisms used in Brazil to perpetrate this environmental imperialism activity in our country, and which affects all private property in Brazil. It is what is called the legal reserve. A legal reserve is part of your property that you have to keep unproductive. You cannot produce anything on this area. It is called a legal reserve. It is actually a repository of infectious disease that the landholder has to keep on his property. It is a tax, a fee that all landholders in Brazil pay. If you have an area in the south of the country, you have to leave 20% unproductive. If you have a land in the savanna region in Brazil, you have to leave 35% unproductive. And if you have a land in the Amazon, you have to leave 80% of it, this unproductive. This is a law that for sure wasn't made by landholders. The landholder wouldn't impose to himself or to herself a 20 or 80% of an area that she or he won't produce anything in this area. This is much obviously an instrument of this environmental imperialism, which is supported by the bribes that are paid for the congressman. That is the absolute true in Brazil. No landholder would self-impose this restriction. And with this, it means that the cost of living in Brazil is raised by 8% due to this fee that is imposed to landholders. And this is something that the politicians here want to showcase as a model. You could have a model that you leave 20 to 80% of your property unproductive. This is the genius solution in Brazil to stop sustainable development. And this legal reserve is a scheme sustained by international bribers. So it doesn't fulfill any particular function in the rural properties in Brazil. It is an imposition from this environmental imperialism. Let God's peace and the love that builds be our weapons on our daily struggle for justice. Ede Zanetti for tous les amis africains.